Friends, when you're buying a controller, you always find it will be a marriage. Will it fit you? It doesn't always fit another one. And you have to drive 124 scale, 132 scales with a flat 6, so it's 21,500 RPMs, or even the brushless motor of those slot. I think I have a bunch of them. This is the digital one, but you can also get them, of course, in analog. The SAP controller, the homemade controllers, the trust controllers, and I think at the moment one of the best controllers is the MB slot. But it's not really progressing. It's always will be the same. So let's see what we got now. So for now we're gonna do a little bit unboxing. And what did the postman brings? Foam. The new controller of Sillage. French product. Here is the power amplifier, and I put on an XLR connection, but you can choose this way any sort of connection the way you want. Banana plug, etc, etc. The controller of Sillage and a USB-C cable for the controller to load the battery that is in it. And what can we tell about the Sillage controller? There are 3 types of controllers. One for home users, maybe 2 amps on power. One controller for club racers, that's a 10 amp controller. This controller is a special edition because it's a 30 amp controller, and this one is wireless. So I don't know a lot of controllers who are analog and wireless, not that I know of. The cable, you can put it on the power base to hook up the controller, to hook on the controller on the bottom side, and then you can power up, charge your battery. So it's not to use it with a cable to drive, because it's already, and it still will be a wireless controller. The pistol grip is normal. You don't have a big device on top of it. The buttons are over here. And what is the most thing I like about it at this moment is on this red button. I'll switch it on, and what we will see over here, an interface screen that will allow you to do your settings and to be visible in a character of numbers, say 5 to 100, to brake for brake, or for power, or for the curve, but also a diagram that will change with the settings. Moment, you will see the curve over here down to the bottom and going up. And my starting point of speed is at the lowest at this moment. And if you can see, the number adds up, and also the diagram. So this is your starting point. Maybe you want to try it at 50. And then you can change your curve in a bigger line or a smaller line. So now the curve is going up. And here on the right side, the right button, you can change your brakes. It's now to 0. And you will see over here that also this line will change. And you have an indication now of 100% of brakes. So it's always a fiddling with the last race you got. Was my starting point over here? Was my starting point over here? There will be an error or something like that. But now you have really an indication with numbers on it. So that's really cool. If you push the button, you have here there's the minus start, the curve and the brake. You push the button, it will change to max speed, ESP and ABS. ABS is a form of braking, like you have the sweep on your SOP controller. ESP, it's something regulated when the delay of time will go into your car. I think, I don't know yet for sure. You can also control the max speed or the minus speed you want at the end of your throttle. In the menu, because there is also a ghost mode and a kit mode, so you can add in a kit mode to a max speed and also the braking and etc, etc, and then you can lock everything down so your kit cannot mess around it. Oh yeah, the ghost mode, of course. The ghost mode is that you can prepare your car driving around, and you can then lay your controller on the track or somewhere else, and your car is going around by itself. So you can tune up your car for the ghost mode. Yes, I can do is to see if the controller consumes a lot of power. At this moment, the controller, the power bank is about 11.8, 11.9 volts. And when I hook on the controller bank, the power bank, in the XLR plug of the HMB test bench, I can measure if the power is going down. So at this moment, the controller consumes 1/10. So it goes 11.8 in and it goes 11.8 out. So those 1/10 after the decimal is normal, because every controller consumes any sort of power. So we just saw that we don't have a loss of consumption of power, and now I'm going to see if we can lose power in performance. So first I want to select the 0, the 1, and then the power of the DC over here is going to be directly to the rails, and this is the power, 11.9 volts. It always consumes something, and it drives 26.8 and 7.4 meters per second. Let's turn it off. And now let's see, when I switch to mode 2, I can see how much power I get from the controller. So, full throttle. And it's 7.4 and 26.8. 7.4, 26.8. So now the motor is a little bit warmer, so it will change. And now let's hook up the MB controller. First the 0, measuring 20.69 against 7.4 meter per second. Let's change it to the controller. And it's again 7.4 and 20.67. So the first test, slot car friends, I will do is the comparison between my race controller of MB slot, the Sillage controller, a BRM, so the dwarfs, the sideways motor with a flat 6 in it, the scale auto car with a brushless motor in it, and all of my controllers are not good enough to handle the brakes. So let's see what this one does.